Hi everybody, and welcome to the Sundry series. My name is Tracy Ford and I'm your host and the owner of this channel. Tonight we are talking about budgeting and travel. As an author or a creator, you want to make sure that you do some type of traveling with your work. It's not required, but it certainly does help with networking and getting the word out about your books or whatever creations that you have, whether you're an artist, a writer, a musician even. You want people to know who you are and what you do. And the only way that that can happen sometimes is for there to be travel. First of all, pick out your venues. Figure out where you want to go, what you want to do, and how you're going to get there. I started out with very, very, very local venues, which would be in adjoining counties. I didn't venture far off the grid the first year that I did this. The farthest I went in 2013, I believe, is when I first published. I did not go anywhere outside of my county or my hometown county or the county that I worked in. I stayed pretty close to home. The only place that I did go that was quite far was Mason County, West Virginia, which was the home of the Mothman. I attended the Mothman Festival there in 2013, and I decided not to go back in 2014. That's the thing that you're going to have to keep in mind, and we're going to talk about that a little bit, is where to go back to. Always advertise. When you finally decide where you want to go and you've set those things up as to where you're going to go do signings or whether you're going to participate in conventions, make sure you advertise it in your local paper as well as the papers in the area in which you are going to. Always post online, your Facebook, your website, WordPress, whatever you decide to do, make sure that you post so that people know that you're going to be there, because you don't know who all is reading your information online. You could have followers in Kentucky, West Virginia, California, North Dakota. It could be all over the place, and if you happen to be going there and you have a fan base there, they're going to want to come to see you. The thing that you have to keep in mind is the amount of money that you want to spend on such an adventure. You want to try to stay within a reasonable budget, and you want to keep track of all of your expenses and all of your travel, because those items are tax deductible. So that means when you file your taxes, if you file as an author, which is something that I've done for the last 2 years, those expenses are going to be able to be deducted off of the total income of your taxes. So keep track of your lodging, your gas, keep receipts, meals, everything, keep it all, because you're going to want to file those with your taxes. The first year, I will say, is sort of trial and error. You're going to need to expect to lose money. I don't care what kind of budget you have set for yourself, you're going to lose some money. See what works. Experiment. But the one thing I will say, that no matter where you go or what venue you are at, network. Network with other people, network with other businesses. That is the biggest opportunity that you have to sell yourself. As an author, as a creator, as a musician, as an artist, you have a venue that you can work within. Swag, bookmarks, you name it, magnets, whatever you decide to purchase, but make sure it's within your budget, that you're going to give away to try and get the word out that you are who you say you are and why you're worth looking at. If it's a large event, like I said, network. I can't stress that enough. Network with other people of like-mindedness, or even people that are different. I will say The second year that I was an author, which was 2014, I did go to Alabama. Alabama is the farthest I have ever been when it comes to events and signings and conventions and different things like that. Alabama is the farthest I've ever gone. And the first year wasn't a total loss. I sold a couple of books, but it was a disappointment to me because I was totally expecting to sell more books than that. However, you have to be advertised, and if people don't know that you're there, they're not going to know what you do. But that's not the biggest problem. The biggest problem was that people were more interested in how can I get published, not what have you got published, how do I do that, which is wonderful. I think that it's great to be able to help people and to guide them in the right direction, but it was a little disappointing, I'm not going to lie. We spent quite a bit of money to get down there. We stayed in one of the best hotels there were, and we came home in the red. And it was very disheartening. Then 3 months later, I lost my job. So that's a whole different story. But did it help me to go to Alabama? I don't know. Did I meet people? Probably. Are there any significant memories that I have of meeting people? Not really. And that's sad to say, but I mean, I've kept everybody's business cards because I always do that because of the newsletters that I write. But did it help me? I don't know if it did or not. This last time, what I will tell you is that in 2015, when I went back to Alabama for yet the same author convention, I did network with some people, and I actually got to meet one of the people that follows me on Facebook, which was really cool because I was able to put the face with the name, and that was good. Now, I didn't sell, I think I sold 2 books again while I was down there. It was a 3-day event. There was a convention and 2 separate signings. The third signing was, I believe it was a total bust. I don't think I sold anything. Matter of fact, we stayed till like 3 o'clock and then left. I won't go back. I have no reason to go back to Alabama. I've tried that and it didn't work, so I won't do that again. Mason County, the Mothman Festival. I sold some books to a local vendor, which was very profitable, but did I sell to individuals? No. Will I go back? No. Have I gone back? No. It did not make sense for me to try to go back there. Again, trial and error. It's all a matter of learning and taking that experience and learning how to better yourself, better your budget, and decide where the best places are for you to go. The second year, which would have been 2014, yes, that was year number 2. Because I believe we're coming up on year number 3. Goodness gracious. Is that right? I have no idea. I could probably look on my events page at tracyford.com and tell you, but it all kind of runs together after a while. Again, year number 2, get a list of venues that you want to go to. Go back to the places where you found some success. Keep track of your success. Keep track of your working. Keep business cards because you may use them one day. You may need to talk to someone one day, and they may contact you. I've had a couple of people, probably about 4 or 5 people, contact me since the last Alabama trip asking, how do I get involved in your newsletter? So there are some profitable things. Not all profit is money. However, that is the one thing that you have to justify in a monetary budget. Is it worth doing this? Because I lost money last time. And I will say that I don't think you make money every time. Now, the one place that I have sold the most books ever was the Portsmouth Public Library in 2013. It would have been 2013's fall author event. I almost sold out of books that day. But that's my hometown. And you're going to typically get more help from people that have grown up with you, that know you, that went to school with you, that went to college with you. They're going to be more like, yeah, I know her. I want one of her books. So that's another thing you have to consider is start local first. See what happens there, and then maybe branch out depending on what your sales do. As I've said through this whole entire episode, it is extremely important to work within a budget. Do not overextend yourself. You know how much money you have to spend on swag, business cards, travel. You know what your financial situation looks like. So you don't want to overdo it. But like I said again, keep track of everything so you can submit it with your taxes. Dress professionally. I think one of the tackiest things I've seen at an author convention was someone in a pair of jeans and a belly shirt. And they were a heftier sort. It was a turnoff. Like if I would have been looking to publish or buy my books from someone and I walked up to them and that's what they look like, I would turn right back around and be like, no. I typically dress in business casual or business attire depending on the place that I'm at. If I know that it's going to be sort of casual, I'll wear jeans and maybe a really nice blouse or a jacket or something like that. But 9 times out of 10, I will wear either a dress or business slacks or a skirt, something that tells people I'm professional and I want you to talk to me because I'm professional. Now, in your rural areas, you might want to be careful with that because a lot of the rural areas, they're going to be like, wow, she really thinks she's something if you're dressed to the nines. That's why I say, depending on the venue, it might be okay to wear jeans and a nice shirt or something like that. Know what you're going to say when you talk to people because likely there will be TV crews. I've had that happen to me twice. And there will be newspapers there. There's going to be different people that are going to be wanting to interview you. So you need to know what you're going to say about who you are and what you do and what you write. So have that kind of laid out in your mind. Pick just a couple of events each year. Don't overdo it. I overdid it the first year. I fully overdid it the first year. And then the second year, I was going to go different places and only made it to 3 events. But that's not bad. Really, it isn't bad. I did one at the beginning of the year, one in the middle of the year, and one at the end of the year. So it all ended up being okay anyway. Like I said, 2014 was Alabama in February, and then I went to Dayton in May, and I did not go back this year because the crowd was not as good as I thought it would be. The exposure was not as good as I thought it would be. It didn't make sense to go back this year. And then in November, it was a local library here where I live that did an author expo. And we were downstairs in a basement. It wasn't well advertised. And I don't think I made one sale that day. So we left early. Advertising is everything. I try to tell people that. You have to advertise where you're going to be and who you are. Because if no one knows you're there, or what you do, or why you're there, they're not going to buy anything off of you. It's a chance. They're going to walk in the door and think, oh, well, who's that? Whereas if they read in the paper or they read online, so-and-so is going to be at such and such place at this time, they're going to know what to expect. I'm heading to Lexington, Dayton, Cincinnati, and my marketing manager has already contacted the local papers in that area to say, hey, she is going to be here at this time, and we want to know what you need from us so that we can get the word out that she's coming. People love local authors. They love local authors because, yeah, I wish I was nationally known, because I think I would get a lot more sales that way. But people like to see local people succeed. So take advantage of that. Not so much in a negative way, but it's a networking opportunity for radio personalities, TV personalities, local people that matter. Contact them because they want to see local people succeed. Your alma mater, contact them. High school, college, whatever, contact them. I'm a writer now. And maybe you'll get something in a venue there, whether it's a public speaking event or just a general signing. No matter what, be kind, be courteous, and network, network, network. Make connections with other people and leave there with profit of some kind. Whether it's not, if it's not money, there's some profitability somewhere. You learned something from those experiences. So take that and push it on to the next experience. If you have any questions about this episode, and you can email me, tracyford@rocketmail.com. Visit my website, it's tracyford.com. Or you can send us an email at oswindpublishing.com. That is the publishing company that my husband owns and that I now publish my work through. Again, if you have questions, budgeting is so hard. Budgeting is challenging, and it can be something that you might need to talk to someone else about. The other thing, financial advisors, I always recommend them. My husband happens to be a pretty good financial advisor, so I do not have to contract out for that. We will be happy to talk to you as Oswind Publishing to talk to you about financial management. We don't typically offer financial management, but he is a brain. He is a whiz when it comes to financial management. Again, have a great day wherever you are. Love and light to you. And the next episode that is coming out will be about public speaking. And we will be talking about how to get some public speaking gigs set up and what to expect when you go to public speaking gigs and how you should look. So if you want to, tune in next time. And other than that, love and light. Have a great day. Bye.